It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today it's gonna be episode 23, even though, as you guys know, I'm filming this on the 24th. But I finished the book this morning and I was thinking, let me put out a video early today so that if I finish the book late for tonight, I don't put all of the videos at the same time. I can put one up now and one later today when I finish the second and last book for today and for the entire challenge actually. So the book that I read today was called The Christmas House by Kimberly Thomas, and I'm gonna put the illustration right here because I don't have my Kindle right next to me. It was one of the longer books that I read this time around, and I really enjoyed it. It was really nice. So the story is about Ali. So she left a small town called Yuletide, I think that's how you pronounce it, Yuletide Creek, like years ago, because she got married actually to a man named Mark, and he cheated on her. She discovered it and decided to divorce him and continue raising her daughters by herself. So she has two daughters. Both of them are studying. One is in law school and the other one is in college. And so she's trying to get her life back on track, and her grandmother just passed away. So she learned that she's gonna be inheriting her Christmas house. So it's her house that is labeled this way because she's always making it over the top over Christmas. She decorates it. She really enjoyed the Christmas spirit and she handled a lot of Christmas activity in the town. So she's gonna inherit the house, but the stipulation in the will is that she has to let her dad do the repairing around the house, and she also will be handling the things that her grandmother used to do. So she comes back to town and she realized that the town is slowly dying out. The shops, the front of the shops are, decaying, like completely crumbling off. You can tell that nobody has been injecting money in the town for a long time. That it doesn't look as it used to be. And it's supposed to be Yuletide Creek, but even the creek has dried up. So she doesn't understand what's been going on. So she starts the repairing. So she starts the repairing on the house, and the fact that her dad has to be the one doing the repairing, she's annoyed by, because he never agreed for her to get married to Mark, her ex-husband. He was always against the wedding, always against her marriage, and he didn't even walk her down the aisle. So they have a strained relationship. They haven't been talking for a while, especially after her mom passed away. So, it's also a way for her to repair a relationship with her dad. I think that's why her grandma did that and make that kind of stipulation in the will. So they're taking care of repairing the Christmas house because the house is going to be on display for everybody around the region and the town, because they decorate every single room in the house so that it's really, the Christmas house. It's a legacy. And she goes to the town hall one day because she learns that there's not going to be a tree lighting. And it's the event that kicks off all of the rest of the events. So the toy drive, the caroling, the Christmas cookie competition, and all of that she's going to take care of instead of her grandmother. But she's sad to know that there's not even going to be a Christmas tree in town, right? So she goes to the town hall and she meets the new mayor. His name is Luke. And he took the function after his grandfather, I think, passed away, and who used to be the old mayor of the town. And there's going to be a lot of changes because he noticed that there was a lot of spending, that the funds are completely, dried up, and he wants to understand where it came from, what happened. So he pulled out in the archive all types of, spending ticket and all of that, just to understand, what happened to the town. And for some reason, he doesn't want to consult the town accountant. So they start trying to look into that, and he explains to her that he doesn't want to fund anything Christmassy. He doesn't like Christmas. He doesn't really explain to her why. And he said, if you want a tree for the town, you have to pay for it because there is no money anymore, which she does. And everybody is feeling the Christmas spirits again. She decorates the tree. There's the ceremony. But the thing is, the tree catches on fire. Then there's the Christmas cookie competition that she hosts at the Christmas house when it's done decorating. But the tent under the competition crumbles. So she starts feeling like she has really bad luck. And on top of that, her grandmother used to have a rival called Yvette Alderman, and she wanted to have her house be called the Christmas house. And she's hosting events, and she's always there to gloat every time Ali is unsuccessful. And in the midst of all of that, she's trying to get her daughter to come stay with her. The first one, Emma, is coming, but the second one that is studying law school is too much into her studies and she doesn't want to, lose time because she has finals and all of that. So her mom begs her to come because she feels lonely and she feels like she has to adapt to this town because she hasn't been there in years. She feels like people are waiting for her to fall, and so she would need the support of her daughters. Thankfully, both of them come in the end, so they spend Christmas as a family. And she also managed to reconcile with her dad, which I found was really cute, because it's always sad when you know that you should enjoy your parents as much as you can. I mean, that's the motto that I live by. So having a misunderstanding with your dad is super sad, especially because you'll see in the book that everything will fall into place and we'll understand why they drifted away, if that makes sense. And she also is starting to develop feelings for Luke. So what I found interesting in this whole story is that there's no really romance. It's a Christmas romance, but there's no romance to me because there's no kiss. There's nothing that's happening between her and Luke until the very end, until the epilogue. It's all hinted. So you know that they like each other. You know that they're developing feelings for each other, especially because she's helping him trying to find out what happened to this disappearing money for the town and all of that. He's trying to help her in her Christmas event. So they're developing a bond and they're slowly starting to enjoy each other's presence because it wasn't all of that from the beginning. At first, she really couldn't stand him. And I think it was mutual. But yeah, there's no, explained romance or anything concrete. You really have to just understand it. So I found that really interesting because it's marketed as a Christmas romance novel. But I found that refreshing because you really focus on the town stories, the mysteries, what happened to the money, what happening to the Christmas house, her reconciling with her dad. It's a lot of real life issues. It's really realistic because it's all things that could happen to any of us. It's not the typical fairy tale kind of like book where, one thing that people say a lot about Christmas books or movies that they're unrealistic. It's stuff that wouldn't happen in real life. And I didn't feel it that way for this book. So I really liked it. But it was more tame than any of the book that I've been reading. But if you're looking for a Christmas story, point blank, with no romance, nothing, I mean, just a hint of romance, this would be the perfect book for you. So I would recommend it. So yeah, this afternoon I'm reading another book. I don't want to say the title because if I don't like it, I'm going to switch. That's how I do. And I don't know if you guys are interested, but I could do a video on all of the books that I DNF'd during this challenge because there were so many books that I attempted to read because they were really famous, really recommended as Christmas story, but they were so bad I couldn't even bring myself to finish them. So many of them I had to give up halfway, sorry. So yeah, if you would be interested, I would let you know. So yeah, I will go keep reading and keep cozying up. I have my heating blankets. I think I'm gonna do a small break now and watch a Christmas movie because if I could show you the outside, guys, it's just gray and terrible. So there's no point for me to even attempt to go outside. I know the shops are open because you can always shop on the 24th, even though it's a Sunday, but you wouldn't catch me dead outside right now. This is what I was saying, guys. Like, who would want to be outside in this? And I'm not even sure if you guys can tell from the window, but it's raining. It's completely wet and gray outside. Unacceptable! I'm gonna stay inside with my book. So yeah, I will see you guys this afternoon or tonight whenever I make the last video. And I hope you guys have a great Christmas Eve or whenever you guys are watching.
Season of peace is finally here.